Okay, this is gonna be my first voiceover in Japan, in Kyoto, and I'm definitely feeling very like different because number one, there's like a lot of cars passing by in the window, and I can hear it. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick it up, but this is a sensitive mic, so it probably will. And then another thing, it's like a different space, so I'm not used to it, and definitely gonna have to break this room in. Hopefully it sounds okay though. Okay, so this is gonna be a day 4 reflection. I'm still at the moment figuring out like what exactly I want to do with these daily vlogs, but for now I think having a sort of like reflection and lessons of the day, events of the day, and fun facts of the day is sort of what I'm going for, and gonna see where it goes from there. This is also improvised and unscripted since I don't want to spend too much time with scripts while I'm in Japan. But let's go ahead and talk about the day. Overall, the video I did where I was sitting at the Shosei and garden that was like next to a pond, that was yesterday's vlog, and I'm basically going to talk about that day. So afterwards, I met up with a friend, and it turns out there's a good amount of places that are closed on Sundays, and I didn't realize that because as a tourist, you sort of think that everything's open since most tourist places are usually open every day. But there are a good amount of places that aren't open every day, like regular places that aren't touristy. So that's something to note. And then we at least visited a random temple, which is called the Sanju Sangen-do temple. It's kind of weird to say Japanese and English at the same time. It messes with my pronunciation, but okay. Afterwards, actually that temple is pretty cool. Like at first, the outside part of it was like okay, but if you go inside, there's just like a whole bunch of statues of like deities, and it's a pretty impressive sight, so I definitely recommend just checking it out real quick if you're around Kyoto. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to record in it, so you won't be seeing any of it here, but definitely a place that was impressive. Afterwards, I went to McDonald's with my friend and we just listed out all the places we wanted to see while we were in Japan and in Kyoto in general. I also feel like a big part of the day was just getting to know my new friend, which was pretty fun. From there, we had dinner at Kyoto Station, and then we went to Yorabashi, which is the place you can buy basically all your home goods at if you're near Kyoto Station. I still needed to get like a pillow and some slippers. But overall, that day was just meant for planning out activities to do. And I do feel like even though I planned out the activities and places I want to see, there's still a lot more to plan and structure. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm not trying to stuff every single day with too many events. That seems pretty impractical, but it's just good to have like a list of things you can go to when you're feeling like you want to do something and you don't want to do the research for it, because if you have the list, you just pick one off the list and then just go to it. But overall, it was a chill and relaxing day. I think one of the things that I've learned that day was just when you see some sort of random structure near you, like a temple or a garden, just check it out. It's only about 500 yen usually, so that's about $4, and that's not too much. And even though both of the places I went to were not like tourist attractions, like big names, I still found them very nice to like just check out and see. I think one of the things that stood out to me was when I walked out of the first garden that I went to, there were these two guys that were definitely tourists, because one of them was talking in English and he was saying how, oh, you have to pay for this. Let's go somewhere else, somewhere that's actually nice and good. But like, I feel like he didn't actually check it out, and it was pretty nice to be in there. So I don't know, very interesting sort of thought. And I was walking out of it too, so it's like hearing that, I'm like, whoa, like, have you actually went to see it? Or are you just basing things off of like popularity or name recognition? But overall, this was a calmer day that didn't have too much in it other than all the stuff that I did, but not too much to talk about, I suppose. So let's go ahead and move on to the next vlog.